I couldn't open the door. The door was shut fast and wouldn't open. It was a bust, probably to hold jewelry for the actors. She reminded me of someone, but I couldn't quite put my finger on it. It was a script for a vaudeville production. Ooh, my God, that's positively disgusting. Here goes. The support strut was broken and useless. These were the old fuses for the electrics. From the state of the fuses, it was a miracle the theatre never burned down. The door was shut fast and wouldn't open. I couldn't open the door. It was locked. The door may have been too thick, but I couldn't hear anything. I rifled through the briefcase, but there were just papers to do with the theatre. Nothing pointed to Cesaro's dealings in Prague. The briefcase was full of papers. Somebody had been making a quick getaway. What could be so terrifying it had made them just run away? And who was the figure in the cloak? But did I really want such a reminder of Cesaro? I decided against it. I didn't want the thing. The vase was exquisite. I knew just the spot for it in my apartment.
It's no use struggling. It just makes it worse.
Take that!
Not again!
This should keep you out of my way. Good job I had the scarf on me. Now, where was I before I was so rudely interrupted? Prague was certainly mentioned, but the actual location could have been anywhere. Tucked into the last pages was a photograph of a large castle. There was a dragon symbol on the back. There couldn't be too many castles like this in Prague. I had found enough to track down Cesaro. Is this the place?
Even spookier than the photo.
Sends a shiver up my spine.
Sure that's not your vampire-slaying genes kicking in?
Sorry, George. You're out of luck.
I hope Bruno's still in there. Now I'm really pissed.
Look on the bright side. We don't have to worry about car chases anymore.
Nico,
Yes?
any ideas on how to get inside?
If you were clever, you'd have brought plans of the place.
Oh, I would I?
Of course, I realize that's not your style.
Obviously not yours either.
No, I prefer the challenge of winging it.
My feelings exactly. Besides, there's usually a solution at hand.
I'm worried they might have already killed Bruno.
Well, let's hope he didn't tell him too much.
You're all heart, George.
This castle looks really old.
Medieval, George.
Yeah, that too. By the way, have you and Labano...
Have we what?
Have you been doing that stuff?
What stuff?
Boy-girl stuff?
Oh, that stuff.
Yeah, that stuff.
Boy-girl stuff.
That's what I said.
Listen, George. Andre is a good friend.
Yeah? So it's just a coincidence he's around again?
He's an expert in ancient manuscripts. Who else was I going to call?
Oh, what's wrong with the very old, very ugly experts you see all over the place? Shame we can't fix it.
Let's face it, George. It wasn't exactly getaway material.
There was a small button to press. I was looking forward to meeting the butler. Stuck on the top of the pillars was a pair of stone statues. Nice dragons.
We're not on the sculpture tour, George.
Just getting to grips with local culture. This guy was no butler.
What do you want?
Hi. Nice evening.
Clear off.
I was hoping you could help me. My car.
Tough.
But
This is private property. Get lost.
well, his interpersonal skill set needs a little work.
George, did you seriously expect him to open the gate for you?
Well, I certainly expected better manners. Nico?
Yes?
Hey, Nick, press this button.
What do you have in mind, George?
See if you can get the guard to open the gate.
What do you want? Oh.
Bonjour, chérie. I have a tiny problem with my car. Could you help me with it?
Oh, I could help you with it, all right.
You are so kind.
You're French, aren't you?
God, that's incredible. How did you know?
Hey, you! Where are you going? Clear off!
Nico,
Yes?
can you try to distract him again?
Look, I've already told you I can't help you.
Oh, but it's so lonely out here. Just talk to me for a little while.
All right, but only for a minute or two.
What's your name, chérie?
Boris, what's yours?
Helene.
Oh, that's a pretty name.
So's Boris.
Do you think so?
Oh, yes. Very...
I'd gotten over the first hurdle, but there were more guards inside, and some of them had dogs too. Rooting around in trash cans. One of my little foibles. Sometimes you get lucky and find a real treasure. Hey! String! You never knew when a piece of string was going to come in handy. This trash can was empty. Apart from the garbage, of course. This trash can looked promising. America's best export, a burger. I put the half-eaten burger in my pocket. Must have been some kind of urban survival instinct at work. I was pretty sure I'd seen James Bond do something clever with foil once. Trouble was, I couldn't remember what. All I could see inside were half-painted walls and a bunch of decorator stuff. The windows were securely locked. I could see more guards in the foyer. The building looked pretty classy inside. There was no way to open the window.
Be quiet!
Be quiet! Be quiet!
Be quiet!
What is it, boy?
Be quiet!
Will you shut up? What is it, boy?
Hey, what kept you?
Oh, just chatting to Boris about old girlfriends.
See the helicopter?
Yep, Cesaro's favorite airline.
George, you need to find a remote. That's how the gates work, I think.
This wasn't the way in. The button opened the gate, but it closed again when I let go. I thought about it, but decided not to do it. Nope, that wouldn't work here. Now that wasn't quite right. The button opened the gate, but it closed again when I let go. Now that wasn't quite right. That wasn't such a good idea. Not this time. That wouldn't work here. I had no reason to try that. The area behind the gate looked like a small store area. Some kind of handle had been wedged into the door at the back. There was no sign of a lock, but somehow it was fastened tight. There was no way I was going to get through this door without help. It was a remote with a single button on it. It was a small device with a button, maybe just the thing I was looking for. There was nothing in the glove compartment. The glove compartment was empty. Must have run out of gloves. Looks like somebody had started to repair the Jeep and got bored. There was nothing in the glove compartment. Not this time. Shazam!
Wonderful, George.
Uh-oh, here come the guards.
Let's hide.
Hey, Nico. See any more guards you fancy?
You owe me big time for that one, George.
Hey, Nico, will you press that button?
What is it with you and buttons, George?
Just keep your finger on it until I get out again, okay? I thought I'd take the handle. I was improvising every step of the way. I needed all the luck I could get. Not this time. The Jeep descended to the ground. Hey, Nico. See any more guards you fancy?
You owe me big time for that one, George.
The Jeep still wouldn't budge. The Jeep was in the middle of being repaired. Hey, Nico. See any more guards you fancy?
You owe me big time for that one, George.
Not this time. I had no reason to try that. Not this time. No way was I doing that. I let the handbrake off. Oops. There goes my no-claims bonus. After you, Nico.
This is definitely not a case of ladies first.
Oh, you want me to test it out?
Well, obviously. George?
Whoa! Nico! Watch out below! Jeez, only just made it. You were right!
Of course! I'm not stupid!
You're gonna have to find another way in if you can.
Okay, George. I thought the bracket might come in handy. That wouldn't work here. That wasn't appropriate. That wasn't a good idea. Not this time. Not right now. Not right now. That wasn't a good idea. Through the glass, I could just make out a small storeroom. The small window was slightly open. There was a small gap in the window, but it wouldn't open. That wasn't appropriate. It was awkward, but I managed to get the bracket into the gap and force the window open. Here goes. The armor was old and rusty. I didn't want to touch it in case it made a noise. A dented and rusted suit of armor. There was no way I could walk around in that. The faucet was too stiff to move. I couldn't budge it. Not this time. I thought about it, but decided against it. It was a large barrel, probably for storing ale or wine. They certainly got through a lot of drink here. All was quiet.
So, this Petra, they say she's a bit of a one.
Oh yes, takes pleasure in killing. Regards it as an art form.
Nasty.
One poor guy she tortured, took him a week to die.
How'd she do that then?
They called it the doner kebab.
Oh, you don't mean...
That's right. Everything just the same. Apart from the salad, of course.
And the pita bread?
Obviously.
What'd she look like then?
Short blonde hair, that's all I know. I never got closer.
Don't blame you, she might get ideas.
Too right.
Chicken nuggets, for example.
Hot dog and beans.
Ouch!
If they saw me, I was done for. I had to find a way to walk around without attracting attention. But for now, I had to play the quiet mouse.
Did you hear something?
Not sure. Was it from upstairs?
Sounded like it.
You take the side stairs and I'll go up here. If there's anyone there, we'll have them trapped.
I had to hide or get caught.
Did you see anything up the side stairs?
Yet nothing.
Stay alert anyway. This place gives me the creeps.
I couldn't open the door. It was locked. Just another locked door. I couldn't open the door. It was locked. Just another locked door. The dresser was locked. Even for an antique, the lock was sturdy. A large, highly polished dresser. Someone had interesting taste in furniture. The case was filled with clothes. Lying on the top was a small hairdryer. I picked up the hairdryer. I picked up the wig. At the very least, it would stop her from using it again to impersonate me. The hand basin had hot and cold running water. Cold running water anyway. I picked the wig up again while I thought about what I should do. The wig didn't need drying when it wasn't wet. The wig was sitting in the hand basin. It looked like a dead animal. I wondered whether this was really likely to work. I picked the wig up again while I thought about what I should do. The hand basin had hot and cold running water. It was an ornate hand basin. The fixtures and fittings were very old. No way was I doing that. I thought about it, but decided against it. That wasn't the right thing to do. The hand basin had hot and cold running water. There was no reason to try that. I had no reason to do that. That wouldn't work here. No way was I doing that. Petra's brown wig. She was certainly into disguises. The hairdryer was very handy. It didn't have a lead. A girl could take it anywhere. It was the bracket from the drain pipe. The building in the photo looked like an old castle. The dresser was locked. Not right now. I had no reason to do that. No way was I doing that. Not right now. That's interesting. The case looked a lot smaller on the inside. The base sounded hollow. I guess there was a hidden compartment inside. All I had to do was find a way of opening it. No way was I doing that! I felt around the interior, trying to access the hidden compartment. Aha! Tucked into one corner was a tiny button. Damn! My fingers were too large to press the button. Oh my God! I doubted she used the knives to open letters. The weapons were all locked in place. I picked up the sharpening stone. The stone was well used. Petra clearly took great pride in keeping her knives sharp. I couldn't open the door. Dressed like this, the guards would recognize me as an intruder straight away. I couldn't open the door. It was locked. I couldn't open the door. The door was shut fast and wouldn't open. A chef was cutting vegetables at a chopping board. He was struggling and didn't look too happy.
Hey! Get your thieving hands off my carrots!
Sorry, they just looked so tasty.
The last person who tried that lost a finger. If you want to keep painting your nails, I suggest you keep your mitts off.
The vegetables had been badly sliced. What was this guy using? A hammer and chisel? Presentation was obviously not his strong point. The chef was giving those vegetables hell. Hi there, do you have a moment?
A moment? Well now, let me think. I've 50 dinners to cook for 50 fat guzzling guards, with pudding I might add, plus one vegan speciality de la maison for Madame Petra, plus one macrobiotic for Senior Sensitive Skin Susaro. I've got no assistants, I've got a kitchen out of the Stone Age, and she asks, do I have a moment? No, woman, I do not have a flaming moment! Just get out of my kitchen!
The answer's no, then.
Yes, the answer's no! Who the hell are you anyway?
Susan.
Susan? What kind of a pathetic girly name is that?
It's a name for a girl.
Well, change it. I don't like it.
Excuse me, but could you make use of this?
A grindstone! Finally, somebody in this godforsaken kitchen is using a bit of initiative. Don't suppose you fancy a job as kitchen assistant? The money's crap, the hours stink, conditions are worse, but it'll make a man out of you.
No thanks.
Young people today don't know which side their bread's buttered.
Just one more question. How did you end up here?
Give 70 people food poisoning just once and you pay for it for the rest of your life.
I must remember not to eat anything while I'm here. Suddenly, I didn't have much of an appetite. Now that the chef wasn't watching, I could reach the bleach. It was a large glass-fronted freezer. Inside I could see frozen hams and chickens all stacked up on the shelves. There was enough to feed an army. Susaro's army. I hoped it would bleach the wig blonde. The bleach was strong. The wig's color disappeared almost instantly. The wig was soaking wet. I didn't want to carry that around with me. Besides, the bleach would have dripped onto my clothes. Somehow I didn't think Petra was into tie-dye. The hairdryer was perfect. I fancied one of them for myself. Voila! Perfectly dry now. Showtime!